Among Us.
Among Us.
This race will start soon.
Yeah. Dark story.
Oh my god, Prophet.
What do you do? Oh. Oh my god, Prophet. Alright, 2 minutes then. Are you gonna make a post in Hero Story announcements, Sean?
Wait, what for? Oh! Yeah, you're right.
Alright, looks like the countdown will begin soon. This will be a Dark Story exhibition between Prophet and JW. Not sure what to expect from both these runners. I don't think I've watched either of them play Dark Story before.
Okay, yeah, they're actually starting now. This is wild. Oh, I should be watching Drywall. I forgot about that one. They've started. Okay, cool. So yeah, both of these are decent runners of Dark Story. Sorry for starting so late. This was not intended. It just kind of happened. So yeah, this is another exhibition. We've kind of gone through everything Hero Story has to offer in these exhibitions, so now we're doing Dark Story. There will be a Dark Story tournament later this year.
Yeah.
So it's not relevant.
Yeah, I can't really comment much on this. I don't really know a lot about Dark Story, but I'm with someone who certainly does. That's very important.
Yeah. So what they're doing right now is they're in Iron Gate. There's probably some people who haven't seen Dark Story Speedrun at all. So yeah, start off with Eggman rather than Sonic. This whole thing is Eggman, Shadow, and Rouge rather than Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And yeah, first level is Iron Gate, and it's kind of a boring level because there's these two elevators that you sit through, and each elevator's like 25 seconds each. So the actual movement of the stage is like cool. And so when you play it, New Game Plus, Skip Plus, where you just get to skip the elevators because you hover down, it's a really, really, really fun stage. But then, even NG Plus it sucks because then there's a skip that's introduced where you go out of bounds at the first elevator. So unless you purposefully play the level in a very strange manner, it sucks. Especially so if you play it on New Game Plus, so New Game style, so regular style. And you play on GameCube, because then you do wall runs on these. Oh my, no, JW.
Yeah, that's a huge time loss because I have to wait for the elevator again.
Taking the safer option this time.
I don't know, what was he going for there? The wall run can't be done on PC.
Yeah, he was just jamming. He was just vibing, and then he found himself on the wall, which is what happens when you're jamming and vibing, and you just die.
Solid sub 2 minute time from Prophet though.
Yeah, sub 2 is definitely what you want. I know back in the day, it was like a low 2 something is what you want, so you know, like a 202 is not too bad.
Yeah.
There's also a whole meme that's like a 202 is what you need to get the good Dry Lagoon RNG.
GDQ class for 205.
Yeah, but it's just like 202 is just a completely unacceptable time nowadays. Yeah, just as I was just talking about GameCube, Iron Gate, you can wall them on the 2 elevators. And skip that, saves like 20 seconds each. It's awful. It's only been done by Katie, I think, so far. Not because it's like incredibly hard, but because it's just degenerate, really.
Yeah.
No one wants to do it.
38 hot shot from Prophet.
That's horrible.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity to save some of that time here for JW.
Yeah. This is the easiest split in the entire game. You get a 22 with your eyes closed, and you got a 38. Okay, Prophet taking a reset. I think his mic's on. I think I can hear his controller. Java, can you ping him? And so yeah, Dry Lagoon is actually really tough. Like just dealing with the RNG, it's a very random stage. Because there's two like very distinct areas. There's the small oasis and the big oasis. Prophet getting a huge free piece.
Wow, yeah, that's
you,
great.
Yeah, you always want your piece 1 in the small oasis unless you see a free piece within the first 2 seconds. Because coming back to the small oasis at any point is something you absolutely do not want to do ever. It's really slow. And JW getting a small oasis piece 1 on the first attempt, and it was the best one you can get, so that's really cool. And it's a really good piece 2 as well. Oh, and okay, cool. Turtles. So there's 2 pieces called Turtles Tunnel. One of them is one of the worst pieces in the entire game, and the other one is that, which isn't too bad. No. It's a very solid time. Dragon is just so volatile. Yeah, 31 in a race. In fact, both of these runners had very solid times for races.
Looks like we'll see a sandwalk attempt here from Prophet.
Without pausing. Oh wow!
Pauseless.
Fucking come on!
His mic is still on.
His mic is definitely on.
Let's go, Prophet.
That's fucking mean.
To be fair, that's pop-off worthy. Hitting a frame-perfect trick like that, pauseless, is the major. JW also going pauseless? Ooh.
Maybe the gentleman's agreed for pauseless? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they just understand the V1. JW. Wow. Okay, no, just a bit too. I'm actually not sure if it's a bit too late. I think he was like 1 frame or something, which is so he had that weird effect where he was floating through the air, but dead, and the same thing happened again.
Yeah, very unfortunate here.
So
This guy's 0 lives.
Yeah, sandwalking in total will save up to 20 seconds. Maybe a little bit more if you like perfect. I'll explain more about it when JW gets it again. Now we've got Prophet doing this, and Sand Ocean is such an incredibly hard stage, even in runs, that an attempt like this, where he just gets first try sandwalking, pauseless, and makes the right cycle, this is great.
My bad, I accidentally left.
So JW going again. I don't think he's even hitting the balloon that time. Nope. So yeah, what is happening is there is a balloon off in the distance, and if you manage to hit the balloon with your bullet on the same frame you touched the quicksand, you will sandwalk. That did look like a good attempt, but it didn't work.
That was too close.
It's really unfortunate. Might see a skipless attempt soon.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like Dark 3 races are always really tough because of like Dry Lagoon and then Sand Ocean. Like I think most Dark 3 races it's very apparent who will win once you're out of Sand Ocean, just because of like that awful duo. Like getting out of Dry Lagoon and Sand Ocean relatively unscathed like Prophet has is really just best case scenario. JW gets it!
Nice. Little celebration there.
Yeah, that was the celebration, I would say. There was no reason you couldn't have just started moving forward. And so yeah, when you get sandwalking, you just walk in the air like this, and then it's actually completely coincidental the way that we get out of it. Touching an upgrade takes you out of this like state and puts you back into a regular state. So if this upgrade wasn't here, then like this whole strategy would be useless. If the balloon wasn't over in the distance, then like this wouldn't even be possible. It's actually such a huge coincidence that all of this can happen, and in total you can save 20 seconds.
Pretty clean Radical Highway from Prophet so far, from what I've seen. He missed the cycle off the spring, but it's still been pretty clean.
Oh, and also one last thing. The reason we need to sandwalk to get over to that platform is normally because you need the hover upgrade, and we don't get that until Lost Colony. So in New Game Plus, you don't need to do that. You just hover straight over to it. Because the Mystic Melody in the stage doesn't take you to the Chow area. It just takes you to like 2/3 through the level for some reason. So like, just the entire thing is just a huge coincidence. It makes no sense at all.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's one of the main reasons why New Game Plus is heavily preferred by a lot of runners.
Because the Mystic Melody in the stage...
Hero
New Game Plus is just a meme, kinda. But in Dark Energy Plus, it's like a genuinely loved category. Plus you just get sped up iron gates, and you get no sandwalking.
This is rude.
Yeah.
I've located
And those are the big
Eggman's
differences,
base
but
and
it's
will
like,
proceed to enter it now.
you know, maybe only 2 big differences doesn't sound that much, but Hero has 0 big
hate to say
differences,
it.
so...
I guess I'm
Yeah, for
going
sure,
to have
yeah.
to find that key
It's
first.
pretty much just prison lane hovering.
Yeah, and you can save like 5 seconds, maybe more like 7 or something. Okay, so do you know any of these pieces? Mikey, do you know where this one is?
No.
Oh, it's in green. It's actually an ambiguous piece. It could have been in blue, but it is in green. And so what we're going to see here from Prophet is a death strat. So he's taking damage there, so he has 0 rings. And whether you're in RTA or IGT, you should be... Oh, ooh, that was so risky from Prophet. He almost died by the Beatles lasers. He just managed to get away from it. So he gets the piece in death strats. And it is a very good chance that you get a ping immediately from a green room piece. It is actually 100% confirmed that if you don't have a ping straight away, you just run down the red hallway and you'll get a ping at some point. And so you can radar read everything. So you definitely don't want to be death stratting, like unlike in Death Chamber where like, oh, I didn't get a red room ping, I will death strat. You don't want to do that in headquarters because it just means that your piece is literally in front of you. Just walk forward a little more and it'll start going in.
Like me?
But Prophet wanted to take the hint for that, even though he didn't exactly need to.
Not sure if you saw this, but JW did go for the mock bounce and hit it. It's pretty clean. Oh. Unfortunately,
Yeah, Radical Highway is pretty tough too, and especially because Dark doesn't have many action stages, and then the ones that it does, Final Chase is just a skip, and Skyrail is like half a stage. There's kind of a lot of pride there. You want to have those go really well in your PB, so you kind of want to be doing like harder skips that you don't kind of only just take out if you get really good RNG, such as Mock Bounce, which you have seen a couple times in Hero Story. It saved about 2.5 seconds in that instance in Radical Highway. I hope you... Wow, JW! Ooh! I hope you saw that. So that's an IL strat. That loop skip is insanely hard, and what you're supposed to do with it is make it all the way to the next platform rather than the cylinders. JW just didn't have enough height to make it, but the fact that he got anywhere close to it at all should be celebrated. That was crazy. That's so hard.
That's pretty sick. Surprised he didn't go for gap jump after that, though.
Yeah, that's definitely easier. So yeah, I hope you like Prophet's ADX for this, because you're actually going to hear the start of it 4 times, which is really cool. When you boot into the level, when you reset the level, when you get the upgrade, and then when you get the speed shoes.
Actually, I haven't thought of that, though. That makes sense.
It makes more sense when he does 180.
Oh, yeah. Oh, JW is loading into headquarters now.
Oh! Fails the speed shoes. Oh. So yeah, you don't actually see this in any tail stage, or just like really at any point in Hero unless it's by accident. But if you have between 80 and 89 rings inclusive when you walk through a checkpoint, you will get speed shoes. And so in a couple Eggman stages, you actually try to do that. There was one point where you tried to do that in 4 out of 5 Eggman stages, but now that the sandwalking is, I think it's only 3 out of 4. Although I suppose with the GameCube wall runs in 9 gears, now 2 out of 5. No one does that.
How much time does the speed shoe save here in Lost Colony?
Like a second, I think. Although, So like in that little stretch where you do have it, saves a second, but if you have to go out of your way to get rings, then like that can chip away at it.
Okay.
So like in the IL where you like start with the hover upgrade as well, it ends up being more like 0.6 or something. Although it's probably closer to a second. Well, it's definitely closer to a second in Story's Tower because you don't have the hover, so you just run into more rings. It might be the full second actually.
That was too close.
Looks like Prophet's got a full stage lead here. The timers are pretty even. He's got
Yeah, I
the
was
full
about to
Lost
say
Colony lead, yeah.
So they're both in Egg stage at the same time, and they're not even the same one. That's pretty rare. So yeah, Prophet in a stage, weapon spared, and this stage, depending on like what skill level you're at, could be like easy or hard. Because I know back when I was still like a baby runner in this game, weapon spared and white jungle were the two like hardest stages in the world. But like at my current skill level, it's more akin to an auto scroller. Like if you don't get a 122, like you did something wrong. Although the gold ring touch right at the end just because of the camera really is not very helpful. You can just lose the run of your life there just very easily. Not like to die, I mean like as an IL, so you can lose like tenths, maybe half a second. But just because it's above water, if you're not very good with your pause hovers or like dealing with the stage's camera, then like any mistake is death. It's kind of like Final Rush in that sense.
It's kind of like, yeah, I also compare it to like Hidden Base, where you're just above sand the whole time. Any missed pause hover could be death.
Yeah, this stage is very much the equivalent of like, Hidden Base. There's a lot of stages that are like kind of the equivalent of the others when in a speedrunning sense. Prophet right now going for satellite jump, so that satellite he was right next to, that's a giant hitbox. You can stand on top of it and it's really high on top of it. You gotta have a really good pause hover to do it though. Prophet opting out of it after failing it a couple times, which is the right idea really. If you fail it once, you should just then continue your hover, don't even land, just continue the hover and carry on and land what he did just then. That's like really, personally for me, I can't get that into my head. I will always go back. I'm literally yet to ever actually implement that, but that is what you should do. So now we're like over a third into the run, but this is only the second boss we're meeting right now. It's kind of crazy. It's always been so crazy to me. Like this fight is like really easy for Tails, but it's supposed to be like harder for Eggman. It's supposed to be seen as a challenge because he's literally done 4 runs at this, well, 4 levels at this point. So he's got the hover and the large cannon, whereas Tails is literally, this is his first time playing the level, like playing anything in this game. It's really weird, like, contrast, because in Dark that's supposed to be like a serious fight. Like Eggman's got through a bunch of stuff and now he has to fight Tails. But in Hero it's just like, your first mission is just to beat this guy standing right in front of you, just press B a couple times.
Yeah. It also starts, it's like, you said it was like the second boss of this run, it starts like a bit of a trend, there's like a boss after every stage. There's Flying Dog, there's Sonic.
Yeah, for sure.
Egg Golem.
Yeah, it's only Route 280 that there isn't a boss after from now on. Because there's 2 fewer stages in Dark, but it's the same amount of bosses. And so Prophet in Security Hall right now, so there's a big mechanic of this stage. That's the safes. There's blue, red, and yellow safes. That's a really good set for Prophet. Yeah, you can only have one open at any one time. And it defaults to blue, like when you boot the game up, but if you just go ahead and set it to a different colour before you start your story, it's like a global flag. So it will just remember it. So if you set it to yellow, then when you go into the story and get there, it will still be yellow. And it is yellow that is most beneficial. That's what you want. Prophet is actually a blue safes enjoyer, however, so we saw him with the blue safes. There was no safe pieces, unfortunately for either of us, and he got a good time.
So JW just at the pause hover to go around the boxes there. Normally you'd go around them, right, then over them?
You do actually want to go over them, although it is a tight pause hover though. And JW going for the NIL pause hover here, you need a really, really good pause hover to cross that gap. and then game overing. So yeah, that section, normally you see people go around it, and you can do that without a pause over at all. But yeah, ideally you want to go over the boxes, and then just run off them, and then hit the springs. It's just a more direct path.
Not bad, huh? I'm
So yeah, JW, like, obviously is an ILer, so that pause up he did just then, that needs to be perfect. That's the gate hop. You don't see people do that in runs normally because it requires a perfect pause hover. This one doesn't require perfection, but he's failed it again. He just ran off that time.
You can see it. Looks like he's going for the safer one now again. See
Yeah,
if
that
he
one
can
will-
get past
yeah.
him. Nice.
So you're going straight from the lamp to behind the boxes is an IL trick. And he just tried to do another pause hovers off the boxes, avoiding the springs, and that's actually slower. You don't want to do that. If you're not doing the ring route, then I guess it's faster. But like, so I guess that means for M4 you'd want to do that, but this is M1.
Do you know what Prophet's ADX is for this stage?
It is Sonic Forces. It is Infinite's theme. Yeah, Infinite's theme. He really loves this song.
I'll say it'd be pretty funny if you accidentally left on like a DMCA ADX or something.
Robert's a good boy. He does. I noticed this is a different ADX to what he normally has during like 180s and whatever. So I would assume he has like, you know, a DMC friendly, or like a Sonic friendly ADX folder, and then a non-Sonic friendly folder.
Okay. Looks like a good time for White Jungle.
Yeah,
Below
I think it's
130.
143 about. Yeah, that's not bad. I remember, like, back when I was at beginning running, the first thing I ever did as a speedrun was White Jungle. It wasn't like the whole dog story, it wasn't all at once, it was just White Jungle. And I remember getting a sub 145 was pretty huge for me. So yeah, I still think now anyone getting like sub 145 is a really good first, like, initial goal that anyone getting for, and then like put a lot of time into, and you'll get it.
Hey, that blue
No, I'd assume that Prophet might be on PB pace right now, especially after the security hole. I don't know though.
I think you're the fake.
Yeah, I'm not
Probably
sure.
kind of close. He had a pretty bad hot shot, from what I remember.
Oh yeah, I could believe it, but I'd have to hear it from him.
But all his RNG stages, from what I've seen, have been pretty good so far, right?
To be fair, I can look at the top 20 doc.
Bring it on.
This is both of these runners are in the top 20.
That hurt. No time
Yeah.
to hang out with the likes of you.
It looks like JW is also a blue safes enjoyer. Maybe he forgot to set him. I'm actually not sure.
Let's see, Profit. Oh no, he's 28 seconds behind.
Yeah, so still not a bad pace for him then. Especially
Yeah,
like inconsistent dark storm.
Yeah, definitely. I was about to say, yeah, inconsistent doc. So if you finish just 30 seconds behind your PB, that is pretty good going. GW with his turn in security hall. What's his last piece? Floor North was ceiling. This is an unfortunate one. This is actually one of the few pieces in just hunting as a whole that NG Plus is better, because there's actually a spring hidden. If you put the treasure scope on, then you can access a spring to go right up to this piece. Otherwise you have to do what JW is doing right here. He's just done that really well actually. But he's got a really bad time because it is a bad piece.
Yeah, I actually didn't know about that. It's a pretty annoying piece. That did look like good platforming though.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun platforming exercise, that's for sure. I'm just gonna hand out some stream keys a sec.
Can't really comment much on this Route 280. The only times I've played it were in bingo and I got like 3-minute times.
3 minutes not too bad. So like, what the time you kind of want to aim for is a 2:45. So like, you know, just starting off 3 minutes, that's totally fine.
Just leave it to me.
Looks like JW struggled a little bit towards the beginning of Flying Dog. Got a 15. It's not a great time, right?
50? No, not really. So there's an AI manipulation for Flying Dog, and so you can get times as low as like a 31. If you fail it, then yeah, it just continually loses more time.
Oh, looks like we're seeing the attempt to owner weed, and he hits it. Wow,
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, that is the name.
Not sure if I should be saying it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that is quoted to save 1.3 seconds, and yeah, it's a loop speed trick, just like Green Forest Wall Run. It's really cool.
I found you, Fox Boy.
Yeah, very clean beginning from him too, leading up to that. Looks like a pretty decent white jungle so far for him. He did mess up the half pipe skip.
Shadow.
They did get the storage over the spring though, that's pretty big.
At 11 o'clock.
Copy that. I'm in pursuit.
Yeah, oh, so what should we? He's gonna go for it. Oh, we'll try it again, I'm sure.
It's wine skip, right?
Yeah, that's Wine Skip. It was originally going to be called Vine Skip, but gone but not forgotten. Hazel accidentally tapped Wine Skip. Yeah, shoutouts to Hazel. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing is because of Hazel. For example, Bertha, found by Hazel. Just CGSS, a lot of that was found, at least I'm pretty sure, a lot of it was discovered because of the work of Hazel and Tallies making the hero story tasks.
And Prophet accidentally loading into hero story.
Brilliant.
Shadow. They're in that blue flame. Spotted at 11 o'clock.
Copy that. I'm in pursuit.
So JW giving it another attempt. This is mostly consistent, to be fair. It's a mock bounce. He didn't charge that spin dash for very long. No, he didn't.
How much time does he save?
3 seconds actually.
Oh, that's actually really nice.
Yeah, that Vine is really long. I think it's quite difficult to save the full 3 seconds. Like, you could choose slower and safer setups. I know I'm gonna have to get better at it when I do talk again. Because obviously, as I said before, Radical Highway and White Jungle, these are the 2 stages that you take pride in, because they're the only ones where you can really, like, show your skill with Shadow. And, so yeah, you want to be going stuff like this. I was learning it, I wasn't too bad at it, but it never got to the point where I was doing it in runs.
Okay. Prophet struggling immensely here. Skyrail not hitting any of the checkpoints either, so he's losing lots of time for his deaths.
Yeah, typically you do the stage checklist, and yeah, he's just really struggling. This is, in A-Ranks, it's a stage that really just, like, is very easy to go wrong, but in story style, not so much.
Yeah, especially if you don't go for the rail switches, which he does not. I'm sure if we'll be seeing that from JW, seeing that he is the former world record holder of Skyrail. I wouldn't be surprised though if he went for the rail switches.
That wasn't so hard.
JW dying to Sonic here, very unfortunate, and game overing. And now having to watch the Faker cutscene again, not losing him any IGT or a B1, but still really annoying.
Yeah, that's definitely annoying.
So is there any main differences between Sonic 1 and Shadow 1?
So yeah, actually, if you want to do the normal strat, like the very typical strat where you just hold up left and storage into the opponent, you need to hold an angle that's way more left to do that. to Sonic. So JW has died again because he didn't do that. I noticed. I didn't watch it the first time, but if that's the same as last time, then that's what he's doing. He's not holding left enough. And so actually, I really don't actually like the strat of holding that far left. So I just come up with my own other AI manipulation. But JW's got it. Prophet's struggling there. You can actually spiral under the house there and touch the upgrade, and that's what he managed to do. It's not beneficial in many situations, but it was then. Prophet taking a capsule piece one, that's not particularly well advised, but it can work. He's also really struggling to grab it because capsule gravity does suck. And then he takes the spring up here and also struggles to do that. One of the reasons that capsule sucks is because like you then need to read a hint, but there's just no good hints.
Okay. You also don't get the upgrade skip, right? You get a capsule piece.
You do. Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, you don't do upgrade skip if you are going to capsule. So getting the lucky flying container here, there's two of them. One's unlucky, one's lucky. Oh, and he's getting a horrid piece. 3-color container. This isn't actually like, that bad, it's just right there, except then you try to grab it.
Oh yeah. You have to spiral to get it. Or I guess do that.
Yeah, so the strat you really want to be doing is standing on the platform and then spiraling, but it's just horrible. It's just horrible.
How is that?
Prophet did not do bad there.
Like me?
Yeah, I've seen many very good runners struggle to get that piece. Seems super annoying.
Yeah, I lost a really good run to that back in the day. I think it was a 24 pace run back when I had a 25. And that's when I learned, that's the day I learned that you're supposed to spiral it.
Oh.
Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time. Hand over those master emeralds. Give them to me.
Is there any difference between Knuckles and Rouge boss fight?
So there's actually one like mechanic. I'm not even sure how you say this. So the hitbox is different of the character you are controlling. Knuckles' like hurtboxes are larger than Rouge's hurtboxes because like I guess feet are smaller than hands or something. I don't know. And so like just for tasks you get exactly the same time. But for like humans just mashing A and B, you're probably going to lose like maybe a frame here and there, just because the hurtbox is smaller. So for example, my goal in the fight as Rouge is 3 frames slower than my goal in the fight as Knuckles.
Okay. Two very interesting stages here from both runners.
Oh yeah, you couldn't have said it better. So we're gonna have a really cool skip here. It's like it's a boring skip. It starts off okay. Like look, we're inside a tower. This is really cool. There's kill planes everywhere. You've got to dodge a bunch of kill planes. So we're out in open space now. There's where the Cossack Wall Express, the trolley section, the first one is. Off to the left is the rest of the stage. Prophet's dodging some more kill planes. But then you think about it. Oh cool. So where's the going?
See you in 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, this skip is insanely freeing, especially since he did get over the bottom kill plane. So now he just holds forward for 2 minutes.
Yeah, when you're trying to really optimize this, then you can like go really close to some kill planes because there's a bunch on your right and left as you like wiggle through them. But then ultimately, height is really important with Eggman. Because when you're rising, you only move forward at about half the speed as when you're falling. So you want to really minimize the time that you're rising, but there ends up being a kill plane like underneath you that you need to get past. So like oftentimes you'll get a really good run and it's like please make it past this kill plane, but then you just don't.
Yeah.
For runs though, that's not really an issue. You just take it more safe.
Very clean first rail switch from JW. He did go for the aisle strat and does get the second rail switch too. Wow.
This is a crazy sky rail by JW.
This is excellent.
He's gonna be very happy with this. That is a 37. That's
wow.
incredible. And notably,
insane.
he didn't reset at the start of the stage either. So you've got to take away 0.87. Actually, no, not quite 0.87, because you save a little bit of time right at the start. Like by having earlier control, you get to move lower down the rail in the air. So that is a low 37 from JW. That's insane.
Wow. Yeah, that beats my best by a minute and a half for the IL comp. That's absolutely insane. In his first try, too.
Yeah, JW's cracked at Skyrail. Like really, really good. He once did a run of Dark Story just so he could get to Skyrail and then get the Skyrail Community Gold, and he just got it first try. He got like 38. So that, like, it wasn't even as good as what he did just there.
Wow. Does he have the current Skyrail Community Gold?
I'll have a look.
Profit not going low enough to get the camera change. A little annoying, gonna cost him a few seconds, but that's about it. It's not big at all.
Actually, that is the new Community Gold.
Yush!
Really?
Yep, that's yep. That's
Wow.
the first ever 37 MMO.
That is, well, if JW could take anything from this run, he does now have the Skyrail Community Gold, and it could still be even better because he didn't reset. That's just crazy.
Yeah, that's just like really stupid.
What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
Ooh, JW getting a piece, so a piece on Capsule, and this is actually a really sucky piece because it could be either right at the top or right at the bottom. And unfortunately, it's not. He's not guessed right.
I'll show you how powerful my cyclone is.
No! My power is going down!
Yeah, that does look like a terrible piece.
Yeah, and so what? I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do here is then climb back up, but he's choosing to go down.
Dangerous, man. This piece can be in 2 spots, right? I'm assuming it won't be in the one near Capsule.
It's actually in 3, but
Hopefully.
oh, it actually might be the one on Capsule.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So yeah, this is why, I don't know, I just feel like most of the time you're going to regret going down. But yeah, what you were thinking of when you were thinking of the other places, actually 2 that are there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Over on Profit Screen, he's trying to skip that JW found, the famous founder of Fling Skip, jw13. So yeah, there was a skip in the stage, because there's just a gap between the couplings at the start of the level, and then you can go right to the end of the stage. And it was horrible. Old FC skip was horrible. It was so hard. So first Katie did it, then I did it, then JW did it, and SMB did it, and that's it. You've also got Tommy, who did it with save states, but in terms of like actually legitimately did it, only 4 of us, it was horrible. But then our Lord and Savior came along and found a strategy that, while still being like very difficult, one of the hardest skips, realistically anyone can do it.
Yeah, I have seen old FC skip, and it just looks the worst. This is huge for Dark Story skip.
Yeah, this really brought Dark back to life, because there was just a really low period of Dark activity, because there was obviously the whole timing method. People weren't really wanting to do runs, just waiting for the timing method, and then also, why would I bother doing runs when, like, if I push this category, I'm then going to have to do the ridiculous skip in Final Chase. And, like, Final Chase skip list is ridiculously tough, so it's like, in the meantime, I've got to do this really tough stage. But then just JW turned that all around. There was so much activity in Dark.
Yeah, I wasn't around in the community for when Fling was found, but I do know it's exactly what pretty much just saved Dark Story.
Yeah. It was found in October.
Select a story.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly when I joined. So yeah, that wasn't really around.
Yeah. I'm one of the people that got back. I was actually off playing Sonic Heroes, doing some Team Chaotix, and I've just not played that game since.
Yeah, I know it brought Savick back into Dark Story as well.
Profit really struggling with Fling Skip. This is a skip you can get first try. So there's only 2 frames that you can jump off that rail at. And Prophet has really been struggling with jumping at all because you're trying to get a pause on one of 2 frames, and you're gonna have to try and do frame advances to get there, and then you need to do a frame perfect jump off of the rail. And he just example then he didn't jump off of the rail. You need to do pause and then A, while also like holding up and also R, I think, like the right trigger. So yeah, it's really tough to do. It's definitely the hardest part of the trick is getting this frame perfect jump off.
Select a
At least when you're good at it, it is. And yeah, he's just really struggling with it. And then the times that he is getting off, he is like struggling to get past the gravity. Prophet, please, we need to hurry up.
Come on, Prophet. I know he did mention he was very rusty in Dark Spray. I'm not sure if he warmed this up at all. Certainly not looking like it.
I don't think anyone is not rusty in Dark, maybe Savok.
True. Oh, did I say not rusty?
Oh no, you said rusty. I said not rusty.
Okay.
If I was doing this race, I wouldn't be doing flips right now. I would just do skipless. It's a shame we don't have Savok here. Savok is the fling king. Ooh, Prophet, let's go! He's finally got it.
Let's go.
So yeah, this is also a flying through space skip. On both screens you've got flying through space simulators, but the one in Final Chase is much smaller. The stage will now finish in 38 seconds. However, Prophet is lower than... wait, no he isn't. He isn't, don't worry about it. I was going to say lower than... Oh, okay, no, actually he is. Ooh, yikes, please hover, no, no!
I do know you could pause over there, right, to get a little extra distance.
Yeah, because you've got like 58 hover frames left. Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be higher there.
Looks like we might just see skipless here.
Oh, weird.
This does open the door for JW, surprisingly.
Yeah, it does.
Despite having the weapons bed in mishaps, Iron Gate, Radical Highway.
Dude, who's
It'll be
going
quite the comeback.
What's he doing? Oh.
Looks like he got sick of Final Chase.
Maybe he just didn't want to hear his ADX anymore. Almost
I don't blame him.
Go on, get it. This looks good. Oh, he was too high. Lost gravity.
Select a
Well, JW can easily win this now.
Yep, he could. In fact, it's almost expected. Well, if he can kill Tails. Okay, got him. Yeah, JW's ahead at this point.
Oh. Oh, maybe not.
Prophet, you're going to angle a bit higher than that. Okay. Okay, looking good. Ooh, looking good. Okay, so it's in JW's hands. If he gets first try, he can win it. Maybe even second try. Oh, he does it pauseless. What an... That's just so ill advised.
Here we go.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
can
like,
imagine.
It's not like sandwalking, because whatever frame you shoot on in sandwalking, you can then adjust to then, like, hit the quicksand at the right frame.
That wasn't so
But
hard.
in this, you just can't do that. You need to jump on one of 2 frames. No ifs, no buts. But you get it second try. Amazingly. He jumped off on exactly the correct frame.
Yeah, I assume he was going for another community gold, because now pauseless is faster V1.
Right, Shadow.
Dude,
Time for me to
he's
finish this.
only 2 seconds behind. 2.3 seconds behind. If Prophet screws up at all, it's over.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
his lose.
Oh! Oh! No bounce?
Yeah, so this fight is much harder when you screw up in Dark because you don't have to bounce. If you're on the last hit, it's fine because you can just land on him with storage. But it wasn't the last hit. JW can win.
Wow.
He's killed him 31-21. JW has to get a time of 26 seconds or better. Or 25 or better.
Wow, this race really got interesting.
Have to bounce. If you're on the last hit, it's fine because you can just land on him with storage. But it wasn't the last hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good recovery here.
Oh, Ooh,
no.
Ah, no!
Oh, no, he's got 3.
Prophet is won!
And Prophet
It's
wins. Wow.
I failed. I told you.
That might have been the first race we've had that has been decided by Sonic 2, Shadow 2. That's
Oh, that was
crazy.
ridiculous.
Shoutouts to both runners for making this that close.
This completes my plan to take over the world.
Wow,
Glorious
okay.
era of the Empire of Eggman.
That's crazy.
That was some nice.
Alright,
Yeah, we're just gonna go. There's no time.
yeah.
Congrats on your community goal, JW.
Yeah, congrats to JW and Community Gold, congrats to Prophet. Next we have Dwarf Master versus JRK. Should be a good race. We'll see you guys.